Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing how many border runs someone can do in Thailand each year. Now, I've done videos on this before, going quite a ways back, but honestly, I thought I'd go ahead and do this video more as a refresher than anything, because we really haven't had the opportunity to do border runs in the past 2.5 years. Because of the emergency decree, the lockdowns, the border closures, as a practical matter, border runs were either impossible in a land border sense up until very recently, or just so impractical as to be to the point of impossible. Example being using an airport, trying to fly out, deal with quarantine in that location, then come back into Thailand, deal with quarantine here. As a practical matter, the so-called visa run or border run has kind of been on mothballs for about 2.5 years. That is changing. We're seeing the emergency decrees being rescinded. And now, as I've done another video contemporaneously with this one explaining, border runs appear to be more possible. In fact, they are possible, whereas they weren't only a short time ago. The reason I thought of making this video was a recent article from the Pattaya Mail, pattayamail.com. Article is titled, "One Day Cambodian Visa Runs Restart from Pattaya." A lot of information in here. If you're interested in this, I urge you to check out this article in detail. I'm going to quote one sentence from it because it basically succinctly lays this out. Quoting directly, he pointed out that Thai immigration rules restrict the number of land border entries for many foreigners to 2 in a 12-month period. Yes, as we discussed, some years ago there was a publication in the Royal Gazette that stipulated that foreign nationals from certain countries, and they listed them all out, but basically they're the so-called visa-exempt countries. Nationals from those countries could do 2 border runs per year in sort of an unfettered manner. They wouldn't be overly scrutinized for doing 2 border runs in a given year. Now, anything over and above that, that's a different story. It's presumed scrutiny, presume that there may be issues with that. Again, as we've noted in other videos, and again, this is more an issue prior to the pandemic, but or prior to all the government, all the upending of rules and regulations as a result of the pandemic, or a result of government policy stemming from the pandemic, I guess, or using the pandemic as a pretext. We basically saw the last 2 years kind of like Alice in Wonderland. We were kind of in our own little world. It was kind of anomalous. But if you go back to prior to that time, Thai immigration's overarching paradigm is they don't want people using border runs and visa exemption stamps, tourist visas, to live in Thailand. If we go back years ago, there were crackdowns on this. They stopped people at the borders. They wouldn't let them back in. All kinds of issues arose as a result of Thai policy on this. I think we're going to see a situation where this is going to come back to the forefront. And so those who are interested in this topic, 2 you can do. But past 2, it's not a foregone conclusion that you're going to be able to return to the Kingdom of Thailand.